Well. And we are back, y'all. We are back. We are back.
It was good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a camera. But we're back, y'all. We'd like to welcome each and every one of you all, giving a few minutes. Let some people tune in on this Sunday evening. Sunday evening. Since we don't switch sides, I have to pull my hat down so I don't have no too much glare on the glasses and everything. But we just tuning in, giving them a few minutes for everybody to join us. Say hello. If you can hear us pretty good, let me know. Put a one in the chat or just say good or wave, and we just welcome you here. Ain't gonna be on too long, and hope not anyway. I ain't trying to sound like no pastor. Not a pastor be saying I'm not gonna be before you too long. But yeah, we just gonna get right on into this thing, and it's a subject on today. Subject of today, y'all. Today. Trying to get this stuff ready. But as we get ready to journey on, hope everyone even has been good so far. Matter of fact, hope your whole day, your whole weekend has been nice and calm, and maybe like here, it's raining here in North Carolina, in certain parts of North Carolina. We needed it because it's dry here, and plus get some of this pollen at the trees. Especially like me, I have sinus problems, so that will help out. But we're gonna go ahead and get started today. We'd like to welcome you to Real Talk Conversation, where a platform has been created to come together, to commune together, and not divide each other. We got enough of division going on in this world today. And I mean, we got a lot going on today. It's so much stuff going on out here in this crazy old world. I really don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. But there's so much going on out here. We got enough division going on. But all this political stuff, Lord have mercy, right here in hometown, Anson County, there's so much mess going on with this political stuff. It's just a bunch of mess. And I mean a whole lot of mess. But I'm not here to divide each other. Today's topic, we just here to talk a little bit about on today's topic, y'all. Who has power over you? Just think about that for a second. Who has power over you? Who have you just said, hey, who have you let do that? Or allowed for that to happen? Who you allowed to have power over you? Let's just dive right on into this right here. There's a question most people don't ask themselves. Not out loud anyway. I mean, I have kept stuff to myself. I'm quite sure you have kept stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
Not out loud. Who actually has power over me? Back in the day when I could think about some people who had power over me because they was in here. They was here. That's how they had power over me. When I thought about certain stuff, the way I seen them sometimes, how I talked to them, I felt about them sometimes, they had power over me here because I allowed it.
Yeah.
Because I allowed it.
It's hard to get out that mindset too. It's hard to fight it. But once you do, get out of that situation and you get out of that mindset, you feel a whole lot better. Because I've been in that situation before where, I had allowed myself to give somebody control over like how I felt and stuff like that. And it wasn't good. It was not fun. It was not fun. It hurt. ain't no saying like it didn't. It hurt, but yeah, I was like, nah, I gotta get rid of that. Can't have this going on. But once I did, move past it, probably moved on and stuff like that, I felt a whole lot better. Then what made it funny, it ended up reversing to them to where now they constantly got me on their mind. Yeah, I just find it funny. I'm just like, man, cool.
Yeah. Because if we are honest with ourselves, a lot of us would say nobody. A lot of us would say that I'm grown. That's our go-to answer right there. I'm grown.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easy answer. I'm grown, and nobody has the power of me. I'm grown. But and then we'll say stuff like, I make my own decisions. But your life tells the truth. Your mouth won't. Your life tells the truth. Your mouth won't.
Yeah. Which is true.
Because if their opinion can ruin your day, I have had that. Their opinion ruin my day. They have power over you.
Mm-hmm. And like I said in my episode earlier, if the thought of them or anything that remotely reminds you of them and stuff like that, if it bothers you and they get you not out of character or to a point you feel like you gotta talk junk about them or whatever the case may be, yeah, at that point they got control over you. And you could just be chilling, minding your business.
Minding your business.
You don't say nothing about people and nothing like that. You just be minding your business. But a lot of people, they operate like that. Just your name alone, or they name or whatever the situation, the situation may be, can end up getting them upset. They might have like it don't bother them, but it do on the low. Or as we say, they keep it low key.
Yeah,
but you can tell it bothered them. Though.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell. So they will have power over you. If here we go. If their rejection changes how you see yourself. If their rejection changes how you see yourself. Their rejection, not theirs. Their rejection changes how you see yourself. They have that power over you. If you're afraid to be who you are because of what people might say, they have power over you. If they get you out of character, that's the number one thing right there. If they can get you out of your character, every time you see them, they have power over you. How many of y'all have got out of your character when you seen them? How many of y'all have got out of your character when they say certain stuff? Got you all the way out your character.
Man, we all been there at some point in time.
Been there, man. Ooh, I remember growing up, boy. Ooh, I see this certain person, boy, I couldn't stand that person. And I would get out of character every time.
But then once you grow out of that, and you like I said before, you heal from whatever it is you got going on, it don't affect you no more. So where you laugh at it now. You just be chilling like, all right, you done? You still? Okay. And then they get mad because you don't have a character no more, or you don't do it at all, which is funny.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. What family member get you out of your character?
Boy. I've been in that situation.
What relationship get you out of your character? I'm just asking some questions. That's all. So we just gonna go right into this. I'm just asking. I didn't mean to open it up like that for y'all. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump out there like that. But if somebody can get you out your character, if somebody can make you act so totally different. Matter of fact, let me put it like this, like my mama said. If somebody can make you act a fool, there's a problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
You have really gave them so much of you that they control your whole demeanor and outlook on certain stuff. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. And it is been there.
I've been there before. Like I said before, it's not a good feeling.
Mm-mm.
You get frustrated. It's aggravating. Excuse me. You probably, some people you can't go to sleep.
Woo, now I've been there, boy.
Man, that junk ain't no joke.
And,
Like it's annoying.
yeah, and here you are, you up at night, can't sleep because you got them on your mind, but they are asleep. You know it in their mind.
Whenever first kick in, boy, whatever.
Ooh, I'm telling you, boy.
When they go back on them, that is the funniest thing to see.
Yeah, it is, man. I'm just, yeah.
Because then you sit back and you like, man, I was over here tripping, or some, let's say, out here tweaking. I was over here tripping for what?
For what? I mean, for what? Crazy. The illusion of control. We just gonna go on and get into some of this stuff. We live in a world that preaches independence, but practices emotional slavery.
Hmm.
You have you been watching any YouTube videos or any TikTok videos, some Instagram videos when they be doing this? When another video is playing, they play another video.
Hey,
They be doing this. Get you to think about it. Who got you practicing emotional slavery? Who got you in bondage? Who got you in bondage? Who got you like a slave? Man, look at that, man. He think he's so. I'm getting out of character. She thinks she's so. You out of character.
mm-hmm.
Just saying. People don't like them. People don't control you with change anymore. That's that whole. They don't do that anymore. They control you with approval. Talked about that early on here. They be seeking approval.
They need validation.
They need that validation. Here's the other one. Attention. You talk about that a lot yourself.
Yeah.
Social media, they get on here in social media, they want all this attention. But you got to be careful on social media because it's gonna be some attention that you really don't want.
Because the way they operate, because this can also fall into the category of like narcissists and stuff like that. They need that supply. They run out of that supply, they go look for another one. Because the one thing they don't want is that mask to come off and then everybody see the real deal. That's why they stay constantly in other people's faces, nonstop. They need that approval, they need that attention because the moment that's taken away from them and they got to sit down and actually self-reflect, well, they're gonna lose their mind.
Yeah. They're gonna lose their mind, man. They looking for that approval, they looking for that attention, and we were just talking about it, validation. People run to social media for validation. You don't get validated on social media. You get a lot of people that just agree with you and how the way you think, they think the same way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not no validation.
Mm-hmm.
What if you didn't have social media? Who would you run to? Or where would you run to be validated then?
We've seen this so many times, even me and my brothers and some of my sisters and stuff like that. We had conversations where, like, when it comes to attention or validation or approval, y'all could be friends based off just being toxic or just hating a person for no reason, but you really don't like each other for real. It happens. Trust and believe, it does happen. It is crazy to see.
Mm-hmm. So we got approval, we got attention, we got validation. And the crazy part about that, we hand that power over to them willingly.
Mm-hmm.
Willingly. We give it to them. Here you go. There you go, ma'am. There you go, sir. And every time you shrink yourself to fit in, Every time you silence your truth to keep the peace, every time you chase acceptance instead of purpose, you're making a trade.
Mm-hmm. Like I said before, I've been in that position of where certain things I normally don't go for or wouldn't accept. I was accepting it and just letting it slide when I shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things I normally don't even do or would never do.
That part right there, doing
Yeah.
things you normally wouldn't do.
Mm-hmm. And once I was like, bro, I'm tripping. This is not me. I need to separate from this. This ain't it. This ain't me. I felt a whole lot better because that's not my truth. That's not who I am as a person. That's not what I'm about. And the fact that I let myself
Get that
far, it happens. We human. The only thing I can do is just learn from it and grow from it and learn not to do that again.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you can do.
So you don't made a trade. And it's a bad deal. It's a bad deal. I wouldn't want to go that route. I done been down that road, as they call it now, down that rabbit hole. I done been there. It's not a fun place. Matter of fact, it's actually a dark place down through there. It's a dark place.
It's not no fun. And the funny thing about it is, like I said earlier, once you heal from it, and all this other stuff, and you move on, they'll get mad because they don't have that control over you or they don't have that access to you, especially when you cut them completely off.
Mm-hmm.
It is the funniest thing to see because to some people in their mind, they looking at it like, one, how dare you move on and be happy, and two, how dare you not let me control you no more.
If I can get you to a place where you're always talking about me negatively, you're always trying to down me, you're always talking negative to somebody else about me, if you always got something bad to say about me to anybody, I don't care if you get on social media and be doing, that means I'm in here. That means I got you prisoner inside your own mind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see no cages. I ain't got no chain. But I got you right here in your own mind. I'm living in your head. Free, as they say. But I'm living in your head. I'm causing all kinds of hell in your head.
Crazy.
All in your head. That means I control you.
Majority of the time, people don't even be trying to do it. The one that genuinely just moved on, just be chilling. They're not trying to.
Until you run across somebody that you talk negative to, and then they turn right around and say, talk negative back to you about your own self.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't want to hear. Because let's be honest about it. We don't run to people that's going to correct us when we're talking negative about somebody. We run to people that think and say and talk the same way we do. If I talk negative, they do too. Mm-hmm. And sometimes some of them try to play both sides of the fence. But a lot of times that don't work.
Yeah. And that whole going back and forth and all that, like, especially when it's one-sided to where you no longer going back and forth or you never done it to begin with, you gotta really ask yourself, and the people that do be talking bad, on your name, whatever the situation may be, you gotta really ask yourself, like, do you not feel crazy doing this? You're the only one that's dragging this and letting it go on for as long as it's going on. You don't feel crazy? I can see if it was like tick for tack type of thing. I can see if it was that, then y'all gonna do what you want to do. People gonna be people. But there's a lot of cases we've seen where it's one-sided. It's always just one person talking bad about the other, and the other person just going on with their life.
Mm-hmm.
You look crazy.
You look crazy. Just saying, y'all. So who's living rent free in your head?
Then they get mad at somebody, if they doing it on social media. If they question them, be like, they'd be like, dang, you so stuck on this person. They got you bothered. They on your mind like that.
Yeah. Hey, they got some power over you, bro.
You bothered. They got
some power over you, man. I mean, it's just true. It's true. Just saying. Let's see what the words say, though. The Bible makes it clear where power should come from. This is where the power should come from. In Proverbs 29:25, it says, "The fear of man brings a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord shall be safe." And that word snare means trapped and entangled. Trapped and entangled. That's what that word snare means in the Bible. So when you live for people's approval, you're trapped by them. You're trapped, not by them, but by your need for them. Your need for them. You're trapped. And here's where it gets real. Some of us aren't controlled by enemies. Here we go. I should do like Willie D. I mean, Willie D be like, I should. Willie D, I love Willie D though. Some of us aren't controlled by enemies. We're controlled by people we love. Family. Friends. Relationships. And in some cases, pets. Family, friends, relationship, pastor. People who may not even realize they become the loudest voice in your head. Here we go. Here we go. Who is keeping all that noise in your head? Who was that used to come out in the wrestling? Triple H. Triple H used to come out on a song, "Time to Bring the Pain." Who bringing all that noise in your head? I'm just saying. That's the loudest. Then we go to power versus influence. Let's make something clear that there's a difference between influence and power. What you can say?
No, I was about to say it's going to be interesting.
There's a difference between influence and power. Good people can influence you. Matter of fact, we were talking about that in Sunday school this morning. Plus, it was last week too. How I can train my kids and show my kids how things go. I can train. Let's say, put it this way: I can train them up right. But at some point, if they are out there in the world around certain people, so they can be influenced by them. Because I have. We all have. If you haven't, then that means you ain't never been out there in the world. Or have those type of friends. But good people, there are some good people that can influence you to do good. And then there's some people, bad people that can influence you to do bad stuff. But good people they can influence you real good. Godly counsel should guide you. But nobody should replace God's authority in your life. When someone's voice outweighs God's voice, that includes your mom and dad. He should listen. When God speaks to him, he should listen to God more than he listens to me. A lot of y'all won't even say that. Because y'all think y'all power. But that's not influence anymore. That's control. If somebody else voices outweigh what God is saying, that's control. There he is. Anything to say?
Because I'm just saying, it's just like when it comes to having like good influence and stuff like that, and just like you said, when it comes to having like bad influence on people or trying to control them, I can use myself for example. it's a lot of people on social media that I've influenced in a good way, intentionally and unintentionally, without like trying to do it. But that's just my character. That's just how I am. That's what I'm about. And it feels good to do that, but you also got to be careful because when you have an influence like that, you also got to be careful what you say and what you do because it's a lot of people that look up to you and you can lead them in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't try to tell people what to go out here and do and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you're grown. I can give you advice, and I can try to steer you in the right direction and, let you know you can try this, you can do this. But at the end of the day, everybody is grown. Y'all gonna do what you want to do regardless. Y'all hear me say it a lot. But I don't get on here. We don't get on here and try to spew hate because we know the influence that we have and we know what that can do.
Yeah.
Now I've seen people abuse that and use that and portray it as what's the word? Like a good influence, but in reality they use it because they're trying to control people.
Yep. And you do have people like that. You have people that they use that good influence to try to control.
Because they have these people so wrapped up in whatever it is they're telling them that they not realizing that they're using them to control them and do whatever it is that they telling them to do. It happens. It happens every day on social media. We see it all the time. More people getting exposed, but yeah.
Yeah. And then we roll right on to the hidden power of holders. Sometimes power doesn't look obvious. It looks like the person you're trying to prove wrong.
Mm.
Y'all hear that? Sometimes power doesn't look obvious. It looks like the person you're trying to prove wrong.
Excuse me.
Who you trying to prove wrong?
Shoot, back then, like as a teenager, I used to feel like I had to like prove somebody wrong whenever certain things would go on. But as I got older, I was like, bro, I ain't gonna waste my time trying to prove you wrong. I just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I said what I needed to say. Cool, it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep going on with it.
Mm-mm.
I'm just leave it where it's at. Because you'll see people that will try to drag you into that, drag you back to that mindset, and try to get you to continue this back and forth. And usually, I hit you with either one. I hit you with a "you done," or I just walk off.
Yep.
As soon as you finish, I just walk off. I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-mm. That's me. I'll tell you right quick. You done? You finished? Yeah, I'm finished. Okay. All right. You ain't got nothing to say?
Mm-hmm. The best reaction is no reaction.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna keep feeding into it.
When you do that, watch how mad they get. Or even if you don't even if they try to engage in a conversation with you and you go no contact whatsoever, look how mad they get. They're gonna act like they cool. They're gonna act like it don't bother them, but deep down it's bothering them.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. And then the one who hurt you years ago, that voice that told you you are not enough. A lot of people still holding on to hurt pain from years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I understand domestic violence. I'm not even talking about on that side.
Right.
I'm just talking about a love relationship, him or her relationship. You got hurt. You still holding on. It's 20 years later. You still holding on to that. And here's the crazy part, even with that. How can you still hold on to a hurt from somebody that did you years ago, but you say you in love with this man or woman that you are married to now?
That's mind-boggling. That's weird to me.
How are you so in love with the person you just married? You talking about that? Oh, this is my soulmate. Which Bible don't talk about soulmate, talk about helpmate. But I'm gonna use the general word everybody using now. Oh, that's my soulmate. Oh, I just love him or her. I just love him to death. But you still still got that hurt from the past relationship. That's been 20 years ago.
ain't moved on. So that person's still on your mind. So I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Chief.
Matter of fact, why you even jumping in a relationship that you just got out of, but you jumping right into another? Ain't even been out that other relationship a good year, but you right into another one. You ain't even here from the one you just got out of.
That's a lot of baggage and drama. But a lot, it could be different reasons as to why a person would do it. But majority of the time, they're trying to use that new person to get over the old person, which that's stupid.
And it doesn't work.
But also, it's just like it can seem like it's gonna work at the beginning, but long term, that's not gonna work out like you think it is.
And you'll find yourself looking for the fault like you did in the other one.
And over time, you slowly start to compare the old relationship.
You can't compare relationships because all relationships are different.
You gonna act like you happy in this, in the new relationship, but you're not really happy for it. You putting on the front in front of them and in front of yourself and in front of people whenever you get around people, but you're not really happy. Because deep down, like I said earlier, the moment you actually sit down with yourself, when nobody is around, you ain't got nobody in your ear, you ain't got none of that. You by yourself and you got to self-reflect. You're gonna lose your mind because you don't want to deal with yourself. You don't want to spend that time alone. That's why I'm not quick to jump into no relationship for many reasons, but I know how to be by myself for a long period of time. One, it's peaceful, but I know how to be by myself. I don't see a problem with that. If I get out of a relationship, okay, what can I learn from this? How do I heal from it? This and third. All right, heal from it, close that chapter, move on. That don't mean immediately jump into a new relationship. That just means I'm just going on with life like I've been doing.
Yep.
That's how people should move, but not everybody operate like that.
You were right about that. So the voice that told you are not enough, and even though they're not present anymore, they're not even present no more. Let's say 20 years ago. Matter of fact, let me bring fast forward some. Let's say 5 years ago. They're not present anymore. They're still directing your decisions.
Mm-hmm.
They're still directing your decisions. That means they still have power over you.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest. They still have it. They still have it. Now we can go fast forward and start taking your power back. Because you need to possess your power back. Now, come on now.
You got to.
You're not meant to be in that mindset for 10 years. You're not meant to be in that mindset 20 years. You're not meant to be in that mindset. Matter of fact, for 10 months, 10 days. Yeah, it hurt. But sooner or later, you're going to start, you know what? I need to get myself back together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to take that power back. And here's the truth: most people don't want to hear. Nobody has power over you that you didn't give them and what you gave. You can take it back though. Nobody has power over you that you didn't give. I didn't give them. He didn't give them. My daughter didn't give them. My mama didn't give them. Nobody has that power that we didn't willingly give them. And what you gave. But you can take it back. You take your power back when you take your power back when I took my power back when I stopped needing approval and just start obeying what God said. I ain't even saying I'm perfect. So let's cut that out before anybody get that in their head. I stop explaining my purpose to people who can't understand it. You should stop explaining your purpose to people who can't understand.
I'm gonna speak on that too. There's cases where people, they genuinely don't understand it whatsoever, or they understand you, they just don't care.
Yeah.
So you constantly having to repeat yourself and trying to get them to understand. Your best bet is just let it go.
Yep.
Because 9 times out of 10, either, like I said before, they either one, they genuinely will never understand, or two, they understand you, but they just don't care. They like how it got you reacting. They like what it's doing to you, and how they got you coming back to them, having to repeat the same thing over and over to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because in their head, they like that power. They like that they got that access over you. So they're gonna continue to keep you going doing that.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So stop explaining your purpose to people who don't even understand it. Stop letting fear make your decisions. But sometimes we do that.
yeah,
I'm guilty. I have done that. I can't talk about nobody else. I can talk about me.
I've been there. Yeah, I've been there before. I've been there myself.
Fear made a whole lot of decisions for me.
Mm-hmm.
It don't now though.
Back then, boy.
Yeah, back then, man, I was scared of stuff and let me go and make the fast decision. I'm not saying I hadn't made any of them since then, but I don't let my fear really to run that side of me.
You'll drive yourself crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
You sure will. But who should have power over you? There's only one place in your life, and your life should be anchored, and that's in God, not culture. We talk about culture all the time, not culture. Culture shouldn't run your life like that. Not even your emotions. And we all got emotions. But your emotion can lead you into a world of trouble.
Yeah, if you don't control them.
If you don't control it.
Especially,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was about to say, especially us as men, I don't care what age you are, but you gotta learn how to control your emotions. It's okay to feel them and to talk about them and stuff like that. But if you out here and you don't know how to control them, you just out here running rampant and doing some crazy stuff, you gonna get yourself into some trouble, bro.
Yep.
You gotta learn how to control your emotions. Cause don't get me wrong, we human. There's gonna be times you're gonna get pissed off, frustrated. You might want to do something, you might want to say something or whatever. Trust me, I know. I've been there before. You know, it happens. I'm human. I don't act out on it. I might think about it at the moment, like in the moment, but then I'm like, if I do, because this is how you should move. For me personally, this is how I do it. If I do this or if I say this, what consequences or what's going to happen the moment it happens? How will this affect me, the people around me, et cetera, et cetera? Like, you got to think long term when it comes to that. Sometimes it is hard to think that way, like in the moment. I understand because, like I said before, I've been there. So I know.
Yeah. What are the consequences when you allow your emotions to drive? Trust me, it's some consequence behind.
Like, we all make mistakes. But if it's men, you gotta control your emotions. So you got to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Emotions have you like me in. Emotions have you sitting outside a woman's house in the bushes somewhere.
You ain't careful.
Showing up at the job. Calling and texting all the time. And she can be done with you.
We can't speak on like how women move. Like we can only speak on like what we experience or seen, but we can't speak on how women think or move because we not women, men. So, man, yeah, like you said, man, you be out here moving crazy.
Now you got stalking charges, community threat charges. You got all them charges, man. Nah, man.
That's why you gotta catch yourself.
And for what? Because you don't messed up. Then yeah, guilty.
Right, bro, I'm tripping. I mean, or you might have, your friends that'll catch you, your good friends that'll be like, hey, bro, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You tripping. We say you tweaking.
Yeah, that's when young folks say.
Yeah.
Not even people. A lot of people let people run their lives. A lot of people let family run their lives, family run their marriages, family run their relationships. Pastor running marriage, their lives, their relationships.
Or random people.
Yeah, or random people.
That's why a lot of stuff you got to keep up, especially on social media. You got to keep a lot of stuff to yourself in between you and your partner.
Because one thing I find out about certain people, and is that they can be in relationships, but you won't even see it on social media.
You won't even know they was in a relationship.
You won't even know it. Because there's some things they keep off the book, as they call it. Off the top, off the gram.
They do it for a reason, because they know the moment they let the world dictate, infiltrate their relationship or whatever, it's all hell gonna break loose at that point. And now everybody's opinion is affecting your opinion. Y'all could be in a great, happy relationship or marriage or whatever, but you let the world put something in your head, and now you second guessing your relationship, and now you this, that, and third. And they might not even be in a relationship or a marriage. Or they might not, or they could be in one, but they're not doing what they're telling you to do.
Exactly.
It happens all the time.
All the time, man. All the time. Because it's some few entertainers I didn't even know was married. Because you don't hear them about it on social media, nothing like that. They keep their private life private. And there's no shade to anybody that don't want to get on Facebook and or any social media platform and show all these pictures. I'm in a relationship, show all this right here. I'm married, I'm dating this person or whatever. And what happens sometimes, you can put all these pictures up and all this stuff like y'all so lovey-dovey. And I'm not saying that you're not, but you can be so lovey-dovey, and then come back a few months later, maybe a year or two later, where them pictures at?
Or you in a whole new relationship.
In a whole new relationship. Be like, you had all these pictures up, but now it's different now. Okay.
Like we ain't knocking nobody. You know, if you
do what you want to do.
If you want to show your significant other, do you? You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. Do you just be prepared for what comes with it? That's all we say. Just be prepared.
People gonna talk. Don't mess around and somebody catch a whip. But y'all got a problem going on in that relationship or that marriage. And you got all this stuff up on social media, they're gonna say, oh man, y'all ain't but a bunch of hypocrites. Y'all ain't doing the lines.
Don't be out here doing that crazy either.
Don't get caught slipping. I thought you said you love your husband. I thought you said you love your wife. Y'all got all these lovey-dovey pictures. I thought you said you love your boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all got all these doggone pictures up, but you living a whole nother life. Okay. Okay. But when God has power over you, people lose control over you. They will lose control over you.
Yeah.
That's it. That's if you allow him to. They would lose that control over you. Because in Galatians 1:10 it said, am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God? You can't serve both. Only one. And at some point, you have to choose, do I live for people or do I live for God? The choice is yours. Who are you trying to prove something to? People, God. And then sometimes I will do this. Let me pull God to the side. I'm not taking him out. I'm just going to pull him to the side for me because everybody don't believe in God. Let me pull him to the side. Let me say this. Who are you trying to prove something to? People or to your relationship? People or to yourself? And that goes with the people because you're trying to prove something to people. You're trying to prove something to yourself to prove something to the people.
We've seen it many times. People lose friendships, family relationships, because they try to prove a point or, try to fit in or whatever, to whoever they telling something to or whatever the case may be. It happens all the time. So you finna risk your friendship, your marriage, relationship, family, whatever, for some people.
For some people. And for what?
That you know they're in the wrong. You know they're wrong. But you still go through with it. Why? And even if it's like your best friend, your close friend, your family, whoever, that's steering you the wrong direction, you gotta ask yourself, are they really your friend or your family? For real?
Mm-hmm. Are they?
If they got you out here doing some crazy stuff or whatever, and they got you going against, your relationship, whatever the case may be, and you know everything is going good, but they just saying something negative nonstop, are they really your friend or your family? And if you cut them off, watch how they act.
Oh, boy, they crucify you.
Then you gotta ask yourself, are they jealous of what you got going on? I don't expect more. You just tell me straight up, like, hey,
straight up.
Yeah, just give it a buck with me, like, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm jealous of what you got going on. I respect you more. That don't mean I gotta hang with you. And
that's right.
What a lot of people don't understand when it comes to, I'm speaking this a little bit. When it comes to forgiving, I can forgive you. That don't mean I gotta give you access to me.
Nope.
I don't gotta give you access. I don't gotta talk to you. I don't gotta accept your apology. I can forgive you, but I don't have to accept your apology. But y'all don't want to talk about that, though.
Nah, they don't want to talk about that side right there. Why you don't want to accept my apology?
I don't have to. I'm not obligated to. I forgave you for what you did. Yeah. But I still don't accept your apology, though. Now, what you decide to do after that, that's between you and God.
That's trouble right there. Why you want to accept my apology?
Yeah, what you decide to do
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to accept your apology. Because I already forgave you.
Yeah.
That's why I can move on. See how that got flipped.
Yeah. From this moment moving forward, that's between you, yourself, and God. That's it.
I
done did my part.
I already forgave you. And I done moved on. So now you coming to apologize. You apologize so you can get that off you, which that's a good thing that you're supposed to do.
Yeah. You
getting it off you. But if it's 5 years later, now you want to apologize, I already forgave you back then.
Some people they only apologize.
For y'all try to twist all that there.
Yeah, some people will apologize just so they can try to regain access to you.
That ain't happening no more.
Yeah, you already don't. You don't get that.
When women are the masters at that. You will not gain access no more unless they absolutely want to. But you will not gain that access, buddy. They hold the key to that lock right there.
Mm-hmm. But once you catch on to it, it's not easy. But once you catch on to it, you be like, oh, I see what you got going on. Mm-hmm. Nah, I'm cool, OG.
Everybody don't need access to you anyway.
Nah, for real.
No. So we just leave you with this. Who has the final say in your life? Is it the people around you? Matter of fact, I would check my circle if I was you. Mm-hmm. Is it the pain behind you? You still hold on to that pain? Ooh. 20 years ago? But you in a new marriage? Y'all been married now 5 years? You say you deeply in love, but you still hold on to that pain? Or you in a new relationship? You've been in a relationship 2 years? That's 20 years old, but you still hold on to that pain? I'm not talking about domestic violence. That's a totally different type of pain.
Yeah, for somebody try to flip that.
I'm talking about somebody that broke up because of cheating or whatever it was. So you still holding that pain from behind you, or God who created you? Which one? Which one? Who has the final say so in your life? Because whoever you listen to the most, that's who has power over you. And we will leave you with that right So what you got coming up, son?
Like I said, if y'all was on my podcast, if you wasn't, if you've been keeping up, even though I ain't posting a lot like that, but I'm getting back into the groove of it. I am back doing, my podcast and stuff like that, Smooth Talk Podcast. And I recently posted a video because, like I said on my podcast earlier, that I am creating an anime that I am trying to write and actually get on the big screen one day. So it will be involving sickle cell and stuff like that. And some parts of it will be related to my life, some of it won't be. But yeah, so I'm working on that. Yeah, yeah, I am doing this, as of right now, I'm doing it by myself. So it is a little difficult, but I am asking for help and, people that have ideas that can lead me in the right direction. Your boy be working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Some of y'all that don't know this as well, I am getting into voice acting. So you might mess around and hear my voice, or you might not even know it's me until I tell you it's me. So yeah, I'm getting into that as well. But yeah, y'all know about the dancing videos and all that other stuff. Y'all will see content from my other platforms brought onto here. And yeah, it's a lot that we cooking up. It's a lot that we working on behind the scenes. We might not be on here all the time, but it's a lot that we doing behind the scenes that a lot of people don't be knowing about. So
yeah, because I'm getting ready to venture over to the TikTok world too.
Yeah, we trying to get them over there.
Yeah, I've been putting it off. So I'm gonna venture over there. But I'm gonna try to get some of my pastor friends come on, because in this world we in right now, we gonna need some word for it. If you don't believe in God, I honestly totally understand that. That's your choice. I don't even try to convince you to believe in God. Just don't try to convince me to believe in something that you believe in. I listen to you, and we can sit there and have hold a conversation. So if you don't want me to try to convince you to believe in God, don't you try to get me to try to convince me and to believe something that you believe in. And in some cases, you don't even know the full history of what you believe in. Okay. And depending on what you're talking about, I probably can give you some history of what you believe in.
And vice versa. You never know.
That you probably didn't think I knew.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't talk about it like that.
Oh, yeah. I will speak more on sickle cell and stuff like that, and have some more people come on the platform that deal with sickle cell and what they got going on. And we will have more special guests come on. You may see some familiar faces. You may see some new faces. I'm
gonna try to be in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some of my friends, or the ones I call my brothers, and some of them my sisters. Try to get them to come on if they can. And cause we be having some serious conversations, cause we be having our own chats and stuff, and in our own chat rooms. And we be talking about some serious stuff that we high key feels like will be interesting topics to bring to y'all and get y'all insights on. And we will have a panel where we will get the sickle cell caregivers, for example, like my dad and my mom, and have them discuss their point of view. So that way y'all can get, both sides of what it's like for a person dealing with sickle cell versus, a person taking care of somebody that has sickle cell and stuff like that. So, yeah.
And I'm gonna say this: whenever they come over, I'm gonna let you know right now. Sometimes when they have some serious conversation, because I hear it sometimes when they be talking, and I might jump in, listen to them on TikTok when they talking and stuff like that. I'm just gonna let you know right now. They get into the emotion feelings of what they're talking about. If they slip and cut, do not try to judge them because of that.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we all human.
Because they're expressing how they really feel about certain things. Same way you did.
Exactly.
And you probably cousin, we just don't know about
it. So don't feel like they bad people.
Yeah, don't do all that. Because if you can sit there and judge them if they did that right there, then you need to turn your freaking TV up, because you be watching reality shows and all this other kind of stuff that got a whole bunch of cussing in.
Music, TV shows, a bunch of stuff. So just because Somebody be cool and close.
Exactly.
It don't make it no difference.
Don't make it no difference.
Because I know some people gonna look at it like, how can you be friends with them? They just said third, blah, blah.
Same when you sit there and watch some TV shows, they got all this sex cussing and all this other kind of stuff in it.
At the end of the day, you don't know the bond that we got with these people. You don't know.
That's right.
So don't judge them just as we won't judge you and the people you hang with.
Yep. So on that note right there, we can get up out of here. Appreciate each and every one of you all that tuned in today. Lord, y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Get my son making a burp.
I got you.
He's just not knowing it right now. Making a burp. But anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of your I would say summer, your Sunday, and enjoy the rest of your week. It's supposed to be nice here. Hopefully we get some more rain to get this pollen out the trees. Hope it's nice where you at. And we'll see y'all on the flip side, y'all.